So, another thing I want to point out is every day that I'm alive is another day that pisses these people off. Epstein's whole cabal are desperate to kill me. So every day that I stay alive is a great big fuck you to those motherfuckers. So I'm not going to die for anybody because I'm not going to give those cocksuckers the fucking satisfaction. So if I have to get on a truck, catch a ride with a semi truck driver to get the fuck out of Vermont, that's exactly what the fuck I'll do. And I won't tell anybody in advance. So Piper can't have a bunch of semi trucks sitting around hoping to get me in one of them. And Piper, since you're watching, that don't mean the Vermont State Police can't keep tabs on me. And since Hochul's investigation is a federal investigation, they can absolutely keep surveillance on me no matter where the fuck I go. Just going to be a pain in the ass for them to do it when I'm going cross country, because I'm not going to stay in a community that doesn't want me here, that has made it very clear they want me fucking dead. There shouldn't be a small group of rebels having to give up what little bit they got just to keep me in food and whatever else I need, aspirin, ibuprofen, whatever. And carry the weight of, 20% of the people. Well, I'm going to say 10% of the people shouldn't be carrying the responsibility and weight of the other 90% that are all up in there with Epstein's cartel. Whether they're employed by some Wall Street corporation or whatever, I don't care. Another thing, I want to go to work. I don't want to be standing out there in that fucking heat for 3 or 4 fucking hours. I'd rather go for $3 an hour, $4 an hour. What the fuck is that? I haven't made $3.50 an hour since I was 16 back in 1986, when that was the minimum wage. Fuck that shit. I'm going to do whatever I gotta do to make enough money. I gotta go find out what Vermont ID would cost, and I'm going to try to get a job somewhere, even if it's just at some restaurant downtown doing dishes, and I can buy a garden sprayer to shower with. But I gotta have good shoes too, so that's gonna be my goal. But first things first, I gotta get my blood pressure meds. This is fucked up. This is real fucked up. Hopefully I've got enough blood pressure meds to get me through, to make enough money to get an ID, to get some decent shoes that I can, because you can't work in fucking Dollar Tree slides. You've got to have good shoes. No employers, you're a liability. You can't. You've got to have decent shoes. So yeah, I don't even want to be flying a sign. I'd rather be working. Are you kidding? Vermont's minimum wage is $13 an hour, but most places would pay me at least 15 to 17. Hell, I could work 8 hours a week and have more than enough money to do what I need to do. It's not like I'd have to work a 40-hour week. So I don't give a shit if I'm doing dishes at some locally owned restaurant or whatever. That's what I'm going to be really focusing on over the next 3 weeks. So hopefully I can make enough money to go into one of these local in and out urgent cares for my blood pressure meds. So maybe I don't have to leave Vermont. Or this fucking flying a sign bullshit. This, I mean, I understand times are hard for the people who actually give a shit, but it's insane to have several hundred cars pass you and they're all late model nice vehicles and they can't give you 50 cents or a dollar. That's insane. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Never seen such a fucking indifferent, just, and I know it's a predominantly cashless society, but very few people, most people are smart. Now, remember, this is supposed to be Vermont that elects a bunch of progressives. They're supposed to know that they're supposed to be against a cashless society. So, and again, the white guys who stand out there make enough to stay high all day, and one of them even at least gets himself an apartment. The others, they choose to just give it all to the dope man. That's their prerogative. So one guy said, times are hard. Oh, I'm sure it is for the people who care about me. But if I were a white man standing there, they don't have to stand there as long as I do. They have everything they need in usually an hour or two. It takes me 3 hours to get enough to buy an $8 pizza, a $9 pizza. And that's the cheapest way for me to go. I can't go into a grocery store and spend $9 and have enough food for 2 or 3 meals. Bagels and cream cheese would cost more than $9. If you wanted anything on it, like, ham or onion or whatever, you're going to pay $13, $14. So I'm going to try to do what I can to make the money I need to go to work, and if I can't, I'm on a truck. I'm gone. I got time for the shit. Every day that I live, I piss them off, and when I'm living well, when I'm comfortable, and have the shit I need, have, whatever. The better off I am, the more pissed off they get. So I'm going to be trying my best to live at my best. Clean, plenty of money, whatever the fuck. And especially now that I don't have a P.O. box, and that fucked up. That's going to fuck up my bank account. That's going to fuck everything up. I ain't got time for that shit. I know you're using it as an example to prove why these other victims can't name names, but goddamn, how fucking far do you have to fucking let it go? You've already got more than enough to prove what they did to Virginia Giuffre. Anything else is just unnecessary collateral damage, and I ain't being a part of that shit.